In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can buy your first house without using any of your own money and how you might not even have to pay the mortgage either. The main two ways that you can use 0% down is using a VA loan and a USDA loan. I'm going to quickly talk about them and not really focus on them in this video because not everybody qualifies for those. I'm going to talk about a much bigger pool of people that can get properties without using any of their own money. A VA loan is a loan that is 0% down, but you have to have served in the military, be active duty or retired military to qualify for that. Obviously, not everybody's in that boat, so not everybody qualifies for that. Second type is that USDA loan, and that is based on the location. If it's in a rural area, a lot of areas are zoned for USDA loans. It really kind of depends on your state or your region. My first house was actually a USDA loan. It was in a neighborhood in Lake St. Louis, which is a pretty populated area. So I don't know how it qualified, but it did. But not everywhere qualifies for those types of loans. So let's kind of get those out of the way and let's talk about an FHA loan, which most of you watching this will qualify for. An FHA loan is a federally backed loan that requires usually 3.5% down. So if you come up with 3.5% down on the loan, you should be able to buy the property. And the great news about it is you can use that on a single family house, a duplex or a 2-family house, a triplex or a 3-family house, or even a 4-plex or a 4-family house. So if it's a 1 to 4 unit property, you can use that FHA loan because it is considered a residential loan and not a commercial loan. Now you might be saying, I thought you said you didn't have to use your own money. What about that 3.5%? Before I tell you about that, make sure to hit that like button so more people see this video. You may not know, but there are 2,000 to 2,500 different types of down payment assistance programs out there. A lot of them cover different things, different people qualify for them, but guess what? They cover up to 3.5% of the down payment, meaning you get credited that back at closing or you don't even have to bring that to the table. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, a lot of them do cover closing costs. So if you qualify for one of those 2,500 different types of down payment assistance programs, they will give you back up to 3.5%. So that 3.5% that you need down, which is an extremely low amount, will get forgiven or you won't even have to put it down because you might qualify for one of those types of assistance programs. All right, so now that you've bought this property without using any of your own money, you have a mortgage, you have to pay taxes, you have insurance, you have a lot of different owning expenses that go along with your property. Now you're going to be living in one of the rooms. One of the possibilities is if you buy a 2, 3, 4 bedroom house and you're living in one bedroom is to rent the bedrooms out to your friends or people you know. This isn't ideal for everybody, but lots of people live with other people either in apartments or condos or growing up having roommates. So that's one option to get a lot of your owning expenses paid for. However, most people that utilize this will probably buy a 2 or a 3-family, sometimes a 4-family. But if you buy a 2-family building or a duplex, whatever you call it, a lot of people will get that down payment forgiven and they'll live in one side and rent out the other side. And depending on how much rent you can get, you can pay for most of your mortgage, if not all of your mortgage, and some owning expenses. And for those people that really kind of want to go for it, you can buy a 3-family or 4-family, live in one of the units and rent out the other 2 or 3. And if you're getting market rate, more than likely, you're going to have all your owning expenses. You might even cash flow a little bit. You didn't use any of your own money to buy it, and you're using other people's money to pay the owning expenses and mortgage. Shoot, you're already becoming a landlord, and you didn't have to use any of your own money to do it. This is a great way to live free and kind of start to hone your landlord skills. You may think you want to own rental properties, but you won't know for sure unless you get started. So this is a great way to kind of live for free and start to understand what it's like to be a landlord and what it's like to have tenants. You may love it, and you may really start to double down this and learn what the BRRRR method is, which is a video up here to check out if you haven't, which is how you buy rental properties, other properties without using any of your own money. There's a whole method behind it. You know, I'm focusing on this video on how you buy your first house and not have to pay the mortgage or not have to pay for the down payment. But as you start to learn about how to own rental properties, you may really start to want to go down that path. And you may not. You may think this isn't for me. I'm not going to invest in real estate. I'm just going to focus on fixing and flipping or wholesaling. Not everybody's cut out to own rental properties, but this will be kind of a good tester for you. Hopefully this video kind of opened your eyes at the possibilities that are out there. Real estate investing is an incredible thing. There are so many. There are literally endless possibilities, whether you have money or don't, to get started investing in real estate. This is just one way to buy your first house that you're going to live in and not really have to use any of your own money. And you never know, you can actually make a little bit of money on it. So if you like this content, make sure you hit that like button. Go ahead and comment in the video below if you're willing to have a roommate live with you, or if you're willing to buy a 2, 3, or 4-plex. See you on the next one.